Hello friends and welcome back for episode 2 of our Terraria 1.3 Let's Play. Thank you so much everyone for the tremendous support on yesterday's episode. I really do appreciate it a ton. It was a bit of a make or break moment for the channel, and I'm just really happy to hear that you guys want to watch this. I'm excited to play some more Terraria, so why don't we jump right back into our world here. As you might remember yesterday, we had some pretty meager beginnings. There wasn't a whole lot going on yet. We've started to build the framework of a home. We've done a little bit of, slight experimental exploration. There's not a whole lot, though. So today, we're going to, do a little bit of inventory management, as you can see. Here's a really easy one to take care of right now. Bam! There's 2 more mana stars for us in our little bar there on the right there. So, one little slot freed up. Good. Second thing on the docket, after we get our house a little bit squared away and some inventory management set up, maybe we're going to take a little bit of a look into one more of these caverns. I would also like to set up a little bit of some armor as well, and what I'm thinking right now is we're kind of close to the desert on the right, so why don't we just keep wandering over there. And yes, I know it's a bit painful at the moment. We have so little in the way of mobility. Movement is very slow, but we're going to sort that out soon too. My plan for the moment, though, is we're going to grab some cactus armor because I'd love to just have the opportunity to even use that. I've never really bothered. Like, it's always been such a weak armor as far as defense stats that it's never really been a pressing issue for me to make sure I had some. But, it's kind of cool looking, and I do like grabbing some cacti as well. It's just nice to have these. So I guess we're going to chop them down with our axe. And it doesn't take much, because each one of these cacti drops a bunch of pieces. As you can see, the taller ones here with the arms tend to have, like 9 or 10 each? Yeah, 12 there, and that was, no work at all. So I trust we'll have enough to build cactus armor, and maybe we'll even have enough to make some cool cactus lamps or something like that. So again, I hope I hopefully mentioned this last time, but I do want to try and emphasize a bit of a cooler design for our area around our house this time. And yes, it might take a bit longer outside of the actual scope of recordings, but, I'm willing to do that because I think it's just worth doing. It's cool. Half of this game is creativity and design and fun things like that, so might as well take advantage of the options we're given, especially now that there's so many new options in Terraria 1.3. So I'll try and do my best, and I've seen a little bit of this now. I got a big chunk of gameplay down in expert mode yesterday. We did a long 8-hour stream with Austin, and it was a tremendous time. There was a lot of things going on in that are going to take me a while to process, and I'm glad that I chose to do this separately, because honestly, I don't think I'd have the chops to be able to handle doing expert mode in solo. I just really think I'd need some help fighting the bosses. Everything is really fast and really dangerous. Anyway, that's enough about that. We're still sorting out whether or not those will go up on YouTube. If you guys have a tremendous desire to watch them on YouTube, the stream VODs, I mean, feel free to let me know. For now, I was going to keep them separate, but, if you're interested, maybe we could do that. So we've got a bit of cactus. Let's go back to our house before it becomes night again. It's getting very close already. I heard no complaints as far as the lighting in the comments on yesterday's episode, so I trust we're okay with what we've got for now. Also, while I'm here, I'm going to grab a little bit more wood, because I have a feeling we'll need to expand a bit in the very near future. Another thing that doesn't take very long to grab and yields a lot for just one little few moments of tapping away at the base of the tree. I mentioned a couple of things maybe erroneously in yesterday's episode, such things as that there weren't really mounts. I guess I just kind of forgot about the ones that were in there, like the winter event that you could grab something from. I didn't really do much of that. I didn't get that mount, so it was new to me. But there's some stuff that was late game 1.2 that I guess I never really experienced, and we'll hopefully grab all that stuff this time around. Oddly enough, in the expert mode playthrough, I already got the King Slime mount, which I have to say is pretty freaking cool, so maybe we'll run into that in this one as well. The hope, again, as was the hope with 1.2, is to try and get all the stuff. I'm big into archiving and hoarding items and all of that, and I love having lots of options. So if I do have the option, I want to try and kill all the enemies that I can, get all the boss drops that I can, and, what's probably going to happen is since there's going to be exclusive items to expert mode, I'll end up bringing them in from expert mode to this character, just sending them over, because I have a feeling that Let's Play or that playthrough is going to go a lot faster, being that I can commit huge, 8-hour blocks to it at a time. So hopefully that'll sort itself out fairly quickly, and whatever items I end up missing after we're, reasonably far through the non-expert mode playthrough, aka this one, that'll all just sort of come into place, and then we'll have it all there into one game by the end. that makes sense. So there we go, we got a couple of torches up. I definitely need to put a backdrop on this, make some rooms, and begin the process of getting ready for bigger and better things. So let us begin that process right now. Do I have the ability to craft? And I forgot about this stuff yesterday, that I could click this button and see all of the options very quickly. Yeah, let's make some wood wall. There's another reason why I wanted to grab lots and lots of extra wood. And then we should be able to set up a little bit of a housing encampment properly. And the rule that I always say with wood walls, if you're going to make a wall at all, make a ton of it, because you'll go through it really fast. It doesn't seem like it, but all of a sudden you'll notice, like, oh, I've just used like 200 pieces of wood. Anyway, it won't take much to fill up this house, and then I can throw a few more torches in, and we'll go collect that star as well, because I do want to max out my magic meter as soon as possible. I also want to grab some crystal hearts from the depths below the world. Of course, try and extend my HP meter out as far as I can. I think we're mostly there. Yeah, I couldn't tell for a second if that was me putting the background on the walls or the zombies smacking things. It was the zombies that time. And, yeah, we can put up one of these here. I'll measure this stuff for blocks and make sure it's all symmetrical later. So let's let these guys in. We'll smack them with the boomerang around a little bit. And we'll go ahead in the direction of... Oh, that's not good. This star over here. I was going to make that cactus armor. I should have probably done that before I went outside, but, you know, no biggie. And we want to grab as many of these guys as possible because they do have lenses, and lenses are required for our first boss, of course. Probably most people know the boss progression already, but if not, we're going to be trying to summon the Eye of Cthulhu. That is our first boss. I also forgot to equip this. This is a guide to plant fiber cordage. This is a thing that allows us to get vine ropes out of vines. So I'll just right-click that. It pops over to the right section there. And now when I break down vines, as with these, they do drop these extra bits here, which we can then craft. So it's an unorthodox and interesting way of going about things. I didn't really expect there to be sort of like unlockable powers, so to speak. Also, what am I going to chuck here? Because my inventory is so full. Let's get rid of these two leaf seeds. I'll grab more seeds later. Honestly, could have gotten rid of probably mostly anything in there because it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it's kind of a neat surprise to see that there's like powers you can get through equipable items. There's also like so very many potions. We're gonna need like our own like mage tower to store all these potions in. Thankfully though, now that we can actually name chests, I think it's gonna make a bit of a difference as well. So we're just gonna kind of quickly get rid of a bunch of stuff out of the inventory. Oh, we've got stackable angel statues, of course, and tables. I'll try and make like a little decor section. Of course, we'll have a potion section. We'll have a clothing section, the armor section. And we'll do like we did last time where we had them like on little pedestals so we could watch the progression of the archives grow. I definitely enjoy that. Something very satisfying about seeing the collection form up in front of us. Plant section over here. We'll make a little arboretum at some point. We could get some plants growing in them. Maybe put some little critters in there as well. I already have an aglet, right? So this one has +1 to melee speed. We'll just pop this one in here for now. And we'll have a crafting section. Well, there's like 100 things we're going to be crafting, but let's see what's in the herb bag. Looks like nothing worth commenting on. It looks like it just went right away anyway. Blowpipe, I don't think we're going to use that right now. And potion goes over here. I know I can use the quick stack. It was having issues yesterday, actually, when I was playing around. Gel also can come over here. Oh, you know what? Since I have the seeds in my inventory, maybe I will take the blowpipe with me. And we'll just chuck these chests up here as well. Now let's just do quick stack. See, it doesn't do anything right now, although I think I've probably moved over everything that I needed to move already. And what is this? See, nearby danger sources. That seems so subjective. What do you consider danger? Well, maybe it's not. Anyway, that's going to probably do it for inventory management for a bit. Let's go ahead and dig a little hole through here. Oh, it's a little too tall, isn't it? Alright, do I have platforms? I've got a few. Let's build more platforms first. Oh yeah, the cactus armor, right, I almost forgot. Before we get to that, let's do the cactus armor right away. That way I can look like a fish man. And we'll begin the process of building up the archives. Oh, do I? I think I just barely have enough, actually. Beautiful. I am spiky! What does a cactus pickaxe do? Probably nothing that special, right? It's probably better than the one I have, though. Although that one's godly, so maybe never mind. Cactus door? That should hurt stuff when they walk into it. Cactus chest? That's so cool. Cactus lantern, cactus candle. I like the cactus lamp a lot. Candelabra, dresser. Man, you could really go nuts with this whole cactus theme, huh? Also the yo-yos. I prefer the cactus stuff to the wooden stuff. It just looks so boring. At least this way, it's got a little bit of a theme to it. Right, so the other thing I wanted to do while I was here was we're going to go ahead and platform it up, which I don't actually need to be in front of anything to do as far as I remember. These are just right here. There we go. Now I've got enough to last for a bit. And we'll just kind of cut through the ceiling here, too. And we just need a little spot to jump through. Doesn't have to be fancy. This eyeball's going to get in the way, of course. Should probably just kick it out. This is why I like to build during the daytime, but right now I don't have a lot of other things that I could be doing at night. Exploration is a bit maybe more dangerous than I'd like to get involved with right now. Is that eyeball gone now? Whatever. No, of course it's not. The second I go to disregard, it is back, and we'll get this lens as well. Thankfully, these guys can't reach quite high enough. Hopefully this is balanced as far as symmetry. What do we want to go to here, I think? It's, what is it, 3 tiles for the door, then 1, 2, 3 beyond that. So 1, 2, 3, and then, yeah, I think that looks right. Again, I'll check this stuff out after hours. Make sure it all lines up. And then we'll do another jumpy platform here. I know we're sort of starting with the same template we had last time for a building. That's kind of boring, I agree, but we'll, again, sort that out later on. Right now, I just want to get a bit of a groundwork just so people can start to move in, and then we can relocate them after that with our resident tool. Again, if you're not familiar, right in the inventory here when we open this is a housing button. And Logan the guide is the only dude we've got so far, and there's no chair, so I can't actually assign him to this spot yet. But it won't be long. So as soon as it's daylight, we're going to get to jumping back down into a cave. I'm hoping to find some more ingots. It would be lovely to get into some iron armor or some variant thereof. Perhaps silver would be great as well. Gold if we're feeling really lucky. Wow, we burned through those walls that fast. Like I said, always make extra, and I didn't make quite enough. Wood wall. Thank goodness for that menu there, otherwise we'd have a lot of problems with the UI. And I don't know where to put the dividing wall because I haven't counted out how many tiles across it is yet. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so that would be safe right here. This is the quickest way that I usually count them, and of course now I've lost count, but yeah, I usually just put a little bunch of dots across, that way it's easier to count the blocks. You put it all together then, and see if you have at least something balanced. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. So you know what? Why don't we just cut it off at 30, and then it's nice and easy to remember that it's 15 across. And I believe that fulfills the requirements that we need anyway, so... so 30 would actually put us, like, right here. This is stuff that's, like, super not important to even bother with, but I'm going and doing it anyway. Alright, so grab this guy. We're gonna get rid of this zombie, of course. A couple of zombies, of course, because they never come in sets of 1. There you go. Fall in that pit. And, oh, yeah, you get back out. Bring it on. And then we'll just drag this all the way down. let's move our door over. And then we've got a nice, usable size house. I don't know if I want an entryway. I'm thinking about, like, doing some kind of little embellishment on the front here, but that seems like it might be more trouble than it's worth. Oh my god. Yeah, doing this at night was probably a bit of a mistake. Go away! I know they're annoying, but I'm so used to being able to kind of deal with them very quickly. So, like, having them keep showing up and then having to fight them a little at a time, so then more show up, just, it kind of gets on my nerves. That's my own fault for not considering it properly. Alright, platform. And then we'll just have to get rid of the backdrop. Actually, I don't think I can actually jump up to that high. I have to use another platform. Oh my god, really? Get wrecked. I kind of like that design that it leaves with the little... when I'm using this to count, and it leaves that little bit behind in the background. Maybe I'll just leave that there for now. Alright, so the hammer's what we use to get rid of extra walls. It's a little bit of Terraria Construction 101. I see those fireflies there. I should get a bug net. Hook that up. Be a nice first addition to our buggeridum. And there we go. We now have a lovely symmetrical house. So let's see where we put the halfway point. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 15 right here. Is that actually halfway? Or did I need to do... I think I need to do one of these, don't I? Yeah, that's better. Alright, cool. And I know I just said I was going to leave, I changed my mind. I am very flexible when it comes to preferences in housing. So now how am I going to do the doors? That's the next thing, because the doors want 1 tile. That's 2. Alright, well, whatever. We bided our time long enough that it's almost day. That's what I was really after in all of this mess. And let's grab... we can make an iron door. That's not what I'm after. Am I not close enough to the workbench? That's probably what it is. Actually, what happens if you put 2 doors up against each other like that? Does that even work? I'm gonna guess probably not. But best way to find out is to give it a try, right? It does. It does actually work. How awkward. And there they go! You'll see the music kicks off and then, you know, all the enemies go running away. There's got to be a more efficient way to deal with that spacing than that. So let's also build a chair or 2. And a couple of tables. And we should let people start moving in just a few moments. Yeah, that's really weird. Alright, so we've got the platform I need to add as well. And then the chair was 2 spots over from that. Once you have, like, a pattern to this, then it's a bit easier to keep the symmetry going. There we go. And there we are. So now, if I go into housing, I can assign our friend to his own room. And hopefully he can come guide me when I need guidance, as it were. So, very good. We've got that all sorted away. It is now roughly daylight. We've got some cactus armor. We've got people moved in. And now I think the next step is let's go and visit a cave. Well, we've got one cave right there that doesn't look so hot. We've got another cave to the left. Maybe let's check this one out. do have a boomerang now at least, so I have the ability to defend myself at a bit of a range. And if we're lucky, in short order, we'll have a vendor come in and move as well, so that way we can start doing some stuff with money. If you remember, those were just wooded off just because I had some zombies on my butt yesterday, and I wanted to keep them at a distance. Feels like it's easier to get money this time. Oh, wait, I've gone too far. This is not where I meant to go at all. I thought there was a cave down here. I wanted to go to the one right before that little cubbyhole that I just walked through. Now, another thing that will really help speed things up is once I get the ability to get a grappling hook. I think that'll be a huge help. Hang on a second. What's going on here? Apparently right here is a cave that I can see on the map, but I don't have access to? How did that all work? Alright, well, let's go take a look, because apparently it's here. I do have some ropes and stuff, so if I really have to, I can go ahead and use that. Yeah, there it is. Just so I can get out quickly. Very grateful that I can hang ropes up as I go. I wouldn't have expected that. 1 silver, and oh, that's all we've got here. Okay, so I guess this begins a nice area for us to dig in one direction or another. Looks like there's not really any reason to dig left, because we're just going to get into a bunch of frost areas, so I end up getting myself killed if I deal with that. Would be nice if there was maybe a bit of an indication of something in one direction or another, because this could end up taking a few minutes. Do I have any bombs? I should probably take a quick look. I have grenades. Yeah, I do have some bombs. Actually, let's drop some bombs and see if we can maybe cut some area out of this quicker. Oh, and I can see from the falling embers that it looks like we've got some solid ground below us. I'm hoping I cut through into something more interesting than this. But this is saving some time, and I mean, I don't have a lot of other uses for the bombs until we get to the point where I need to break through Crimson or something like that, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I can always get more bombs later if the demolitionist shows up. Alright, are we almost through? Anything going on down here? It looks pretty sparse, like there's really not much going on. Just trying a bit of a more interesting method. Okay, there we go, there's some water over to the left. At least there's an indication that there's something happening here at all. And what do we have? Not a whole lot. There's a little bit of... what is that, tin? Oh, those are just stone? Oh, there's the tin ore, okay. I'm gonna say, that's some odd-looking stone. Well, tin is not exactly what I was after. It's one of the most basic of ores to find, but it is something. Not sure how much more light I'm trying to get here. We've got enough. Hey, and the merchants has arrived already. Cool. Didn't take long at all. Ah, there we are. We've broken through to something a bit more interesting. Or maybe not. Let's see. And now I'm inadvertently moving to the left, which is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to head to the right, but I'm sort of following the course of this series of block holes, whatever you want to call them. Just want to at least get a look at the ceiling up there if we can. Alright, there is not much here at all. This little expedition has not been very good to us. So I don't know if I want to keep going down into the water here. Do I have any glow sticks with me? Yes, I've got a few. Let's drop a glow stick. Very useful for underwater expeditions, of course. Ah, there's, well, a jellyfish. That's not that useful, is it? Yeah, it's like solid rock for quite a bit. Alright, I'm not sure if there was like a better course of action here at all. Heading over there was more water. I guess the only other option, head to the right of the house and then just dig down a bit. Hopefully one of these has a bit of a major channel that I can go through. Because this stuff is not going to cut it. Alright, let's leave this area for the moment. I'll come back when I have a giant mining digger machine, and then I'll come and destroy the whole thing just to spite it. And by then, I'll have much greater aspirations, so I won't need to have done that anyway. Alright, there we go. Good thing for rope. And just so I don't kill myself by accident later, just toss one of those on there, and then we can still get down if we need. And I'm going to have to expand the house because, as you know, well, we need more than just 2 rooms. There's like 20 NPCs that show up eventually. I'm going to grab a bit more wood, too, since these are right next to the house. And clears the space for more building expansion, of course. We got to keep, you know, the industrial complex moving on. And there we are. Lots of acorns, too. So what, maybe right down here? What do we think about this cave? I don't like that it's all at an angle, which means I'm going to have to very annoyingly kind of cut away little bits and pieces of it. Now, ideally, what I'd usually do is run left and right and see if there's any, like, major veins of materials that are kind of just sitting flush with the earth. Unfortunately, we're right up against that frost tundra, which means there's not really a lot of options there. I may just run through it, actually, because we're not seeing anything here at all. Going all the way over to the right, there's the tree, and then past that is the desert sinkhole, which is going to be a bit of a problem for me. Just being in cactus armor is not going to cut it. I was hoping there'd be more to see on that front, but nope, you know what, we're just going to cross... We're going to cross the ice tundra and hope for the best on the other side. We need more of these little caves and stuff with the regular chests in them. And maybe if I find a magic mirror or something, I won't even be worried about it. If I get too far away from home, I can just magic mirror back, and all will be well. I'm not going to leave you until we make some kind of cool discovery. Because so far, this has been a pretty dry second episode. And I'm not into that at all. I'm going to keep it interesting over here. At the very least, show me a crystal heart or something like that. Although it's pretty rare that you're going to run into those on, like, the bare surface. Okay, a couple of healing potions. Don't see much in the ground. Old technique that I used to do is hit the boomerang into the walls and then occasionally get little sparks that'll show you if there's something underneath. I feel like an old prospector with his tricks. You gotta shake the pan just like this. It's like a mild Deckard cane, which didn't really come out right. Music is a little bit more interesting over here. I kind of wish there was a couple other themes for, like, the standard grass area for Terraria, just because you spend so much time in that traditionally, you kind of get bored of listening to it after a while. Is that a pit right there? I think it is. Pretty sure it is. Map's not really doing me any favors, though. And I was gonna hope that maybe this frozen tundra was a little bit on the small side. Not so much, though. It looks like it's actually massive. Like, look how much ground it covers compared to the grass. It's, like, almost larger, if not, it is larger. A few more pots. No chests, though. Over here, maybe a chest? No, more pots. There's a little bit of ore right beneath the ground there, but I think it was just copper or something basic. Oh my god, this is the longest ever. I'm starting to not like this seed, actually. I need a few places to explore. Oh, and this one goes deep within the earth. Alright, we'll probably not go in there yet. Nice and ominous for later on, though. For when the spirit of adventure calls. Okay, so is this like 90% of the world? Well, if you guys wanted a Frost Tundra, you got one. And how? Alright, so we're finally out the other side. And what are we given? I'm gonna guess we're gonna go straight into some Crimson or something like that. No? Oh, I got a little bit of ore here. I guess I'll grab this. I gotta look at the map one more time just to see how freaking huge that was, because it's ridiculous. Jeez. Alright, might as well just keep going for the moment. It's still daylight for a few more minutes. I mean, it is part of the process. We do have to kind of scope out the world. But I'm not super happy with this seed, to be honest. What do you guys think? Do you want me to maybe re-roll the world while we're still quite early in things? I can just roll the character over and build a little settlement, and you know, it'll take like one more episode. No big deal. These are the nature of the beast with these kind of randomly generated games. Sometimes you get one that's a little bit less preferable, or at least to me. Maybe you guys would prefer that there's a lot of winter to look through. But as far as what I'm aware of, like, there's not a ton of items that tend to yield from the winter area. I mean, there's winter chests, and they have some cool things. There's the Yeti and, you know, a few specific mobs that show up in those areas, but it's not like it's the biggest boon ever to have. Plus, this terrain is just all over the place. But, you know, I might be wrong. Maybe I'll run into an awesome pyramid, and there will be all the gifts that I've ever wanted here. Maybe we'll get a sandstorm in a bottle. The gift that I've never found. Actually, kind of really hoping that there is a pyramid here, because that would be an easy thing for me to explore that doesn't involve much. Alright, looks like the desert's over already. Got a big old tree to cut through. Somebody told me there's like a trick with these trees that sometimes you can use them to tell if there's a sky island above them, or that there's like sometimes specific minerals, like large amounts of ore in the ground where there's sky islands. I haven't really heard that stuff before. Hey, we got a chest finally. Another blowpipe. Loot it all. We'll sort it out later. And I can't see in here. Is there? Nope, that's the only chest. We probably want to grab that ore. And at this point, we're so far over. Should we just keep going to the ocean? Because I don't know where else I'm going to go after this. It's probably going to be like a save and quit situation to get back home, because I didn't find a magic mirror yet. Nor did I really find a very good entrance way into the ground, aside from just that one winter area. Feels weird grabbing all this ore off the surface. Usually I'm already underground by now. Oh, fall damage? No. Press on a little bit further. And that's not probably much. Nope. Oh, that looks like it actually could be an inn. Now it's going to start to get a bit dark. Try and keep my torch out for you. Alright, this is like a long trip to get to come to this cave. Hopefully it's worth it. Or maybe it'll just terminate already, without that much really going on. Underwhelming. Very much so. There looks like some gems in the wall there. I might as well grab them. Amethyst. Yeah, useful for hooks. Perhaps also like a wand if I want to go mage style. I haven't really established what kind of character I'm going to build with this one. But I am toying around with the idea of doing a mage. I mean, there's so many options. I try not to worry about it too much early on. just sort of sort it out when it feels right, when I see a weapon I like, or an armor set that feels particularly compelling. You know, take the path of least resistance is kind of my motto for this. Also, what just happened to all my rope? Did I really just use it all? Jeez. Well, I do have some vines. Get a dye mushroom here. If you're into that kind of thing. And we'll toss our vine ropes up then. See if those really work the way I hoped. Alright. Fantastic work, guys. That was a great cave we just explored. I have to say, this is probably one of the least interesting seeds I've run into in quite a while. And that's no fun. Guess we'll just dig through here at this point. It's too much work to build a rope around it. Come on, guys. Let's go. What is that? I can't tell what that is. It's a weird shape. I also can't seem to grab onto anything. Alright, what's happening over here? We've got some very strange hybridized, like, crimson jungle, I don't know what. Let's get a way up, please. I want to see what this material is. Tungsten? That's tungsten ore? They must have changed it, because I don't remember it looking anything like that. I thought it was like some kind of honeycomb or something. Also a little surprised that I could actually dig into it here. Alright, please. Back off. We got the idea. You're a big, scary zombie. And there's the dungeon, so we found the dungeon at least. That's something, I guess. And I'm gonna have to use, like, all my vines and ropes just to get over it, which is awkward. I guess I could have just kind of dug into the wall on that one, but oh well. Made it this far, may as well finish it off. And maybe not, actually, because that's not good. Alright, it's crimson, but I don't see any enemies yet. Oh, there's one. It's a crimson desert? Alright, well, I could have been totally mobbed already, so I guess we should be thankful for that. Looks like we might actually make it through this. I knew I was gonna find one eventually. I was just, I was hoping maybe it would be predominantly on the right side and not so much on the left. You know what? I was gonna dig into that, but for the sake of my life, I'm gonna choose not to. And we're gonna heal up. If I stopped to try and mine all of that stuff, I'd probably get mobbed. That's a lot of damage from this crap. Come on. You gotta wait like a minute for the potion cooldown. Oh my god, it just keeps going. It's a large world, guys. It is. It's a very big world. Apparently we spawn, like, predominantly on the rightish side of the world, because this is excessive. Oh, jeez. Please don't kill me. Don't make it through my mighty axe swipes. Well, pickaxe, anyway. Now, I think I want to grab whatever's in this chest. Hopefully it's something cool. If there's one down here, there always seems to be. I don't think I will take the other stuff this time. I've already done that several times. We've got a bunch of bombs. A living loam. I don't know what that even is. Let's get rid of a blowpipe. We got 2 of those. Don't need the acorns. Can be placed, used for special crafting. Alright, so it allows us to make, like, tree items, I guess. That's interesting. Oh, come on. If I get past this tree, I think I should be mostly safe. A bit of a star run, I guess. We picked up a lot of stars on this episode. And here we're finally presented with the beautiful ocean. Now hopefully I can get into a chest in the ocean, and hopefully it is filled with goodies that I want. Oh yeah, I should probably deal with my inventory before I dive under there and then have to do it underwater. That could be a bit awkward. What do I want? Get rid of stuff that I have very little of. Seeds and such. This is all stuff I'll get back very easily. I could form the stars, but... Actually, do stars fit? Yeah, they do. I can put them in the ammo slot. Oh, I can also make a star in a bottle, which, Oh, never mind. I thought I could use that for a lighting source, and I just made 2 of them by accident. Whatever, I only needed to, keep the stars anyway for, consumable monocrystals, which I can eat right now. And we'll get rid of... We don't need the extra vine ropes now. We've got regular ropes again. Spider webs, not necessary. Swiftness potion. Maybe I'll just take that right now, actually. Goodness gracious, I do love inventory management. Alright. Let's do this. Oh no! Really? That's how it ends? 2 gold dropped over that. Oh, that makes me so angry. I did not expect there to be a shark, and at that point there wasn't much I could have done about it anyway. I just had to kind of press on. Oh, that's so frustrating. I've got to go back for that gold, too. Which means I've got to do that whole trip again. I'll do it off camera. God, that was awful. Alright, it's a bit of a rough start on our Terraria 1.3 Let's Play. I'm going to ask you, for real, what do you want me to do with this seed? Because this is not the best. Do you want me to just re-roll the seed and I can just rebuild a house in the matter of, 5 minutes? And then we can maybe do it off camera? And then we'll just kind of pick up next time like nothing changed? I don't even know where I am right now. I'm actually wandering about. Yeah, the house is over there. I'm just going in the direction of this tree for some reason. Yeah, tell me in the comments, what do you want me to do about this? Because this could be a hindrance to the progression of the game, and perhaps just might make it kind of boring to watch. Like, if I have to wander over all of that ice tundra, and I don't know. I think there's better options out there. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I know this is maybe a bit of a slow episode. Things will guaranteed pick up in the future. This was just all about exploration, trying to take in what's going on around me, and then adapt to that. And of course, it ended up being night for most of the time, because that's just the way it seems to go. I don't know what it is about Terraria lately, but it seems like it's night more time than it's day. Maybe I need to sleep through it. So, bed might be a good priority then. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for the continued support. Again, I know this was maybe a bit of a slow episode in contrast to some, but stick with me, if you don't mind, for a few more and see if it picks up, and I can pretty much promise you that it will. So thank you, and I will see you again for the next one.